So can you tell us a little bit how you came up with the name Parambil?
Yeah, it was a joint discovery. So it turns out that Sara and I had an experience together that was very inspiring. I had known Abraham Verghese, a physician and author at Stanford, for many years. We'd become quite close friends. And he had written a really wonderful new book called Covenant for Water. It was a story of 5 generations of a family in India. And it was set in a part of India, South India, that is famous for its interconnected canals and waterways. We went up to hear Abraham read from his book in Brooklyn. And Sara and I sat there mesmerized by how beautifully he told the story about his book and his experience living in Kerala, the south of India. He had named the village that the story took place in Parambil. And for us, it represented that interconnectedness. And we realized, I thought, that it was a wonderful way of describing the company. But I wasn't the one who came up with the idea. It was Sara. So tell us how you came up with that.
Well, I was just thinking back. I remember, so I've known Ralph since I was 21, maybe. And Ralph has always been kind of a awe-inspiring figure in my life. And at this point, I'm probably like 24, 25. And Ralph invites me to this book reading. And I've never been to a book reading. And I just thought, oh my goodness, what will this be like? We show up at the book reading, and it is like I am with a celebrity of the medical world. Every person there has worked with Ralph, been taught by Ralph. And as we sat down, I'm sitting next to Ralph, and people are turning around in their chairs to talk about what an impact Ralph has made on their lives. And I'm sitting next to him going, how did you invite me? How did I get so lucky? And I think just seeing kind of the impact you've made on so many people's lives, mine included, at that book event was very special.
It was special for me too, to have you there and to have Abraham see just what a wonderful person you are. So it was a great experience, and Parambil became the name for the company.
Many people don't realize this, but the company actually started off as a healthcare company with a different name. And we quickly realized that the opportunities for AI and for kind of pulling data together were really apparent in the legal space. And so we needed to change our name. And that set us off on a many-month mission trying to figure out what name fit us.
Yeah.
And at the time, we had just started working with a plaintiff's firm in Chicago. And every weekend I would come home and I would read the Covenant of Water, which is this big. So it took me hours every weekend. And at one point, reading it, I highlighted Parambil and I said, this feels like a good name, and called Ralph, and we went from there.
So it's interesting too, because I first encountered Abraham when I was at Yale. I was chair of medicine, and Abraham had already become a prominent figure as an author and physician for a book he wrote called My Own Country, a story of a group of older men who had lived a gay lifestyle in cities across the country and had come home to this Appalachian mountain community to reconcile with their parents after contracting the disease. And I was inspired by Abraham. He was just a marvelous physician who understood the human experience. And when I moved to Stanford as head of medicine, I was finally able to recruit Abraham to join us. It was around that time that Sara and I met at McKinsey. So Sara was a amazing data scientist at McKinsey who I got to work with. And we worked on projects that were about medicine and healthcare. And so when she decided she wanted to, and she was the force behind starting this company, when she decided she wanted to start the company, it was around the medical space that we were going to work. And it became clear early on that we had something special. And it was great that we were able to sort of link it to something that we both found special.
I remember at McKinsey, I was working on a kind of document for clients where we were talking about the work we did and why the way we did it was unique. And there was a slide that they asked me to work on that I was struggling with. I wasn't sure what they really wanted me to write or say. And the partner on the study said, the goal of this slide is to explain that there's no one like Ralph. We have Ralph, and that makes our approach completely different. And I know that sounds crazy, but there are very few people that can understand the medical and the technical and bring them together in a practical and insightful way. And so when we worked together, I was the engineer behind the scenes and he was the doctor and epidemiologist helping guide the work. And it's amazing to see what you can do when you bring these expertises together with people who really understand it and can build from it.
So that's a very lovely story. But I must tell you that in Parambil, you were not the engineer and the data scientist, you were the leader. You're the person who has given meaning to our company. And it's just been a joy to watch that happen.
It's been exciting. It's been an exciting journey. It's been ups and downs and all of it.
It is now on the up. It is really on the up. Parambil has a set of products that have both rigor and applicability. They're easy to use and yet very deep in their ability to bring out efficiency and insights for clients. And I think we are doing something that is actually enormous assistance both to the legal profession generally, but often to patients and individuals who have suffered an injury, and that we help resolve for them.
It's interesting. At McKinsey, I learned how to learn. My job was to take my skill sets, what I was good at on the technical side, and listen to Ralph, listen to the customers, the pharma companies, biotechs we were working with, and help create solutions for them. And I loved that. I'm an older sister. I have 3 siblings, and I love solving people's problems. So I think that experience of learning how to listen and pull together solutions for people that actually work and help them was very formative and actually translated to what we do today, which is take our skills on the tech and the clinical side, but pull them together in a way that works for the legal community. And so my job, same as it was at McKinsey, same as it is here at Parambil, is to listen and learn and help shape our technology in a way that really has impact for these law firms.
So there's another dimension that Sara would not offer herself, but I would for her. And that is that while building this company, she also created a life.
A baby.
A baby. And to watch how you have managed to both share the joy of this marvelous child with all of us who are part of the company and your life has been just another amazing part of this journey together. So you're a great leader, a great mom, just a wonderful, wonderful person.
It's been exciting to build a company and build a family at the same time. I think back to the company milestones, and they often coincide with some of my personal milestones. So I got married, 6 months in to working on Parambil. We then, on our honeymoon, I tasked the team with try to create medical chronologies and see what those look like. And so throughout my honeymoon, every morning I would check in and see what the engineers and Ralph were building. And that was the origin of our medical chronology product, which thousands of people use today. Then fast forward and had my baby Patrick, right around the time we started working with 30 plus firms on a mass tort litigation. And so I was holding the baby, changing diapers, rocking the baby while we had this incredible opportunity to, work on this giant mass tort case and really support them. And it's been incredible to get to have these adventures on both sides of my life, the personal and the professional.
And of course, it's not just us. During the same period of time, you were recruiting such extraordinary people, engineers, people who are interacting, connecting with our clients on a daily basis. So the company now has a tremendous vitality, thanks to the people you've brought in. So it may look like it's you and I, but in fact, there are lots of people contributing to the success of Parambil.
It's been incredible. Our team is a group of very kind people, but very focused, intense, and smart individuals, all aligned on a shared mission. And someone today was talking about how we all have energy, we're all excited, we're all building, and it's really special to get to create a company as a group of people where every strength makes us stronger.
I also like the fact that we are working at the cutting edge of a new technology that is changing so much of the way we view the world and interact with it. And to be able to bring that into a profession that has been resistant to that kind of technological change, and seeing how it has caught on. It's catching fire in the legal community, and we're helping to fan the flames of that fire. So it's very exciting.
And what's neat is, there's the legal side, right? You have defense, you have plaintiff, you have the defendant. But at the core of this system is the individual. You have the person who has been harmed or believes they've been harmed. And so our job really is take all the information that's available to these groups and quickly assemble the story, help understand what happened to this individual, where we're missing pieces of information, and really helping, the people representing this story figure out where to take a closer read, where to spend time. So I think having that human at the center of all of it and knowing that we're really helping to tell people's stories has been really exciting.
It is. And, there's a lot of emphasis on the efficiency that are created by the use of artificial intelligence. But we are seeing more than just the benefits of efficiency. We're helping people find insights to understand the information in a different way, to create a narrative that is compelling about the story that needs to be told. So it's just a wonderful time to be in this particular place with the company.
Parambil is an AI-powered platform for litigation. We assemble and curate medical records and other critical evidence for legal cases, and we help build stories so that teams can get to resolution and get to the facts more effectively.
So that's a beautiful description. I think we both would agree that AI is an assist. It is not the actual agent itself. And it needs the insight that our engineers and our leadership is able to bring to the data itself. And one of the things I like about the way we've built Parambil is that it's an AI-assisted intelligence, but there's still that human quality, that human insight that is very much at the core of the way Parambil works.
It's true. We really take deep domain knowledge, both from our internal team and from our customers, and we infuse that into our models and our systems. And then to Ralph's point around the AI assist component, we don't proffer perfection. We proffer solutions that can support our teams. And so when we build and design our technology, we build it as a workspace, not as the final product. So our teams come in and they edit information, they highlight information, they change the results. And so while Parambil really starts things off and assembles the story quickly, humans then take it and really run with it.
Yeah. And we don't leave the space after we've finished a document or output. We stay with the clients so that we're there to work with them to continually improve. We don't perfect, but we continually improve what we are able to accomplish for them.
We had a customer who's been working with us for a year and a half say, feels like every month you launch something new. And that's something that we pride ourselves on and we will continue to do, is continue to innovate, continue to stay up to date with technology and make sure we're bringing the best of what's out there to our customer base.
I'm also very appreciative of how you have encouraged sort of the medical content to be really at the highest levels of rigor. It reflects the best of what we understand in the medical community, interacting with the very best of the data science and artificial intelligence.